still allow most of the money to be grant money and the rest of it to be very deeply concessional. In the IBRD, we're able to leverage 1 for 6 to 8 and allow this magic to work, and that's because of the AAA rating.
The report, titled Recipe for a Livable Planet, Achieving Net Zero Emissions in the Agro-food System, it indicates that 80% of the mitigation potential for agriculture in India could be achieved by espousing cost-saving measures alone. In a recent report, the World Bank has indicated that a staggering $260 billion investment is required to effectively halve agri-food emissions in India. The ambitious goal highlights the urgent need for significant financial resources to combat the environmental impact of agricultural activities in the country. The report, Recipe for a Livable Planet, Achieving Net Zero Emissions in the Agri-food System, outlined actions that every country can take to make food supplies more secure, help the food system better withstand the climate change, and protect vulnerable people during this transition. These actions include the investments required to carve up agri-food emissions to reach net zero goals, found AIRRNEWS while talking to the matter experts. Tackling emissions in the agriculture sector. The agriculture sector in India is a significant contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, with practices such as fertilizer use, crop burning, and livestock production accounting for a substantial portion of the country's overall emission. Addressing these sources of pollution is crucial in the fight against climate change and its adverse effects on the environment. The role of sustainable practices. Implementing sustainable agricultural practices is a key to reducing agri-food emissions in India. By adopting technologies such as precision farming, organic agriculture, and agroforestry, farmers can minimize their environmental footprint while maintaining productivity and profitability, told the experts to AIRRNEWS. The importance of financial investment. The World Bank's estimate of $260 billion underscores the scale of investment needed to the transition to a more sustainable agri-food system in India. This funding would support the adoption of climate-smart technologies, the development of green infrastructure, and the promotion of sustainable land management practices across the country, as per AIRRNEWS study of report finds. India marching ahead of China. In contrast to many other crops, the emission intensity of India's rice production is among the lowest in the world. Keeping in mind the importance of India in global premium quality rice production, emitting less than 1 kg of carbon dioxide equivalent per kg of rice produced. However, emissions from this subsector are nevertheless considerable, since India is the second largest rice producer globally after China. Post-corona era, it is a moral-boosting news for Indian farmers, finds AIRRNEWS. Collaborative efforts for a greener future. Achieving significant reductions in agri-food emissions will require collaboration between government agencies, agriculture stakeholders, financial institutions, and international organizations. By working towards a common goal, we can create a more sustainable and resilient food systems that benefits both people and the planet. A call to action. The World Bank's call for $260 billion investment to halve agri-food emission in India serves as a stark reminder of the challenges we face in combating climate change. By prioritizing sustainable practices, increasing financial support, and fostering collaboration, we can pave the way for a greener and more sustainable future for agriculture in India. It is time for decisive action to address agri-food emissions and ensure a healthy environment for future generations. For a holistic view of such global reports, stay tuned with AIRRNEWS.